Hello, you're listening to ReedyGeeks, a Walt Disney World podcast. My name is Andrew, and I'm joined today by the Hydrolator storyteller, JJ.
I mean, it's a pretty good story, so I guess I'll just keep telling it. My wife says I tell the same stories over and over again, so the listeners get that too.
And searching for a timeline without mission space, Sean.
The Impossible Journey. How many episodes ago was that, the JJ reference?
Probably only 2, because it's been so long since we recorded.
Yeah. In today's episode, I will share my trip takeaways from my most recent holiday trip to Walt Disney World. Well, welcome, co-hosts, and Happy New Year. We are now in 2026.
Yeah. What's the statute of limitations on wishing a Happy New Year? Because by the time this comes out, I'll be
that will be past.
I'll be side-eyeing someone who's wishing me Happy New Year.
It's only
middle to end
weeks.
of January.
It's only 3 weeks.
I think 2 weeks is good.
So we're right on the bubble. Because
Yeah.
it's almost 3 weeks in, the 20th.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you that Disney's limitations of holiday decorations goes until at least January 5th, because we're still getting Christmas music on January 4th, and I thought, man, this is getting a little long, actually.
Like as soon as Christmas, as soon as it's over, you don't want nothing to do with it anymore.
Yeah.
Look, my Christmas movies have stopped, but my tree is still up.
Mm.
So I don't know.
Well, there was that year that I was taking down my tree right before Easter. I don't know if you guys remember that.
No.
I don't.
The
That's
Virginia tree.
Was it at least a fake tree?
Yes, it was a fake tree.
Oh, okay. I see.
It
That'd be a
burned
fire
our whole
hazard.
house down.
Right, yeah. You had a real tree going for 4 months more.
Yeah, my real tree is looking rough.
Yeah, we've enjoyed a little bit of Christmas break here. I know Andrew has enjoyed some Christmas break.
And we all have, though, right? I mean,
I enjoyed my break.
yeah.
I saw Avatar. Fantastic.
We allowed JJ to leave the studio. He didn't have to edit a video every day.
Yeah, there was no episodes to edit. No Monday nights feverishly editing an episode. I was able to watch some Monday Night Football.
Yeah, actually, today's being Monday night. When we suggested tonight as a record night, I was like, I don't usually, I thought we usually don't like to do Mondays, but that's
There's
right.
no
'cause
episode.
There's no episode to record.
No episode.
Right.
To edit.
Yeah.
Well, welcome, listeners, and we hope that you had a great holiday season like we did, and Happy New Year. We are excited to get back into ReedyGeeks. We're going to have some great topics that we're going to be covering. We're going to have some guests coming on. Continuing that, we're getting our Mouse Madness ready and ready to record that. That's going to be great. So I'm excited. What about you guys?
Oh, it's always exciting. It's a great year to be a geek. 2026 is a great year to be a geek, honorary or one of the three of us.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get into today's episode. On ReedyGeeks, we use the term takeaways to mean more than just likes and dislikes. A takeaway is something that you walk away with after the trip is over, a realization, a lesson learned, or a perspective that might change how you plan, tour, or even think about Walt Disney World going forward. These aren't necessarily big headline-grabbing changes. Sometimes they're small observations that only click after living in a park for a few days. So in this episode, we're digging into the takeaways from my most recent holiday visit, what stood out, what surprised me, and what I'd carry into my next trip.
Holiday visits.
Yeah, more than one visit, huh?
Yes. I mean, we're kind of like combining them into one visit for the terms of the show. But yeah, it was two visits right before Christmas, the weekend before Christmas, from the 19th to the 21st. On the 20th, we went to Jollywood. So that was the purpose of that weekend trip, was just to go to Jollywood. We didn't even stay on property. We stayed off property. My parents have a place in Champions Gate. If you're from the Tampa area, Champions Gate is probably the bane of your existence. because you hit all traffic starting at Champions Gate. So yeah, we stayed at Champions Gate and then traveled into Hollywood Studios for Jollywood. The second trip was after Christmas, right before New Year's Eve, and we stayed through the New Year's and came back on January 4th.
Fresh off the plane.
Yes, really, actually. And fresh with all the germs of the plane, too.
But fresh with the takeaways, more importantly.
Fresh with the takeaways. So I thought we'd start with Jollywood, because especially, I have just good things to say about Jollywood.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. First of all, I'd like to say, I think Jollywood is the best hard ticket event at Walt Disney World. Hands down. Yeah, it is. I think it beats out Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Although Jollywood is a more adult-centric event, you can bring kids there and they will have just as good of a time as you're having. The things that really make it adult-like, the drinks and the food. We'll talk about the food later, but the drinks really aren't that great. Like, you're not really going there for their, amazingly batched cocktails. No, that's not really the reason. What I found was the live entertainment at Jollywood was just incredible. There was so much live entertainment, and it surprised me all throughout the night. Even when I thought like, oh yeah, this is not, oh, wow. And then there's a band over here and another band over here. And then this show has this band. It's a completely different band. Like, it was incredible. The amount of live performers, the amount of musicians, the amount of live entertainment in general at this hard ticket event was really good.
That's great. You see things about like all the shows there, and it's interesting that you're still being surprised by like there's extra stuff too. Nice.
Yeah, like a lot of the things I knew were there, I just didn't know how grand it was. Like,
okay.
For example, the Muppets. I'm not too sure what it's called actually. I probably should look that up. But there's a show that's starring the Muppets, and that show, I thought, oh, this is going to be nice. It's going to have some Muppets. Maybe it's going to have an MC or a singer or something like that. But no, there's a full jazz orchestra on the stage with Kermit and Miss Piggy. There are tons of dancers and singers.
Wow.
And two hosts of the show that are guiding you through the whole show. Like, this was a huge production.
Wow. Is that at the Frozen Sing-Along Theater?
It's at the theater with Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, it's outdoor, the bigger outdoor one.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a big theater.
Yes, and they fill it. Like, I don't mean audience-wise. They do fill it audience-wise, but it's a big stage, and they fill the stage with performers. So
wow.
That was really good. And I mean, like, at the same time that's happening, there's a band that's at the Hollywood Tower Hotel. At Tower of Terror. There's another band that's in front of Rock and Roller Coaster. There's the ice skaters that are in front of the Chinese Theater. There's the What's This performance that's going on, and that's where the sing-along is.
So Oogie Boogie's where Frozen is.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all happening like pretty much at the same time.
Wow.
Like, that's a lot of entertainment. All there. So I was really impressed, and I kept on thinking back to our episode with Mike where we kind of poo-pooed Disney for getting rid of live entertainment. And I think Mike was more referring to spontaneous entertainment, like
Streetmosphere specifically.
Yeah.
Yes. But still, it seems like Disney has been getting rid of live entertainment in general. That was so I was really happy to see and surprised to see how good Jollywood was in that sense.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I guess what we could say too is that although there was a lot of entertainment, there's not a ton to do. Like, it is only a 5-hour party. And if you were to have gotten there when the party started, you would be able to see everything that they have that's special to the party all in one night. And there probably wouldn't be another reason to go back. If you got there early and you wanted to ride, some rides, you could probably ride all the rides as well and see all the entertainment all in the one night. You know, you're going to be running from thing to thing, but it is possible. And that kind of is because, you know, Hollywood Studios isn't that big. Most of the entertainment and the party is on Sunset Boulevard and Hollywood Boulevard and Echo Lake. That's probably where everything is really focused. There's not really much of a reason to go into Galaxy's Edge unless you want to see Mando or
Chewbacca, Life Day Chewbacca.
Yes, Life Day Chewbacca. There is Life Day Chewbacca. We did not see Life Day Chewbacca.
I hear he gets quite the line. I think he's in high demand, and I think that's character meet and greets always low priority for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, you know, we're saying, yeah, we can get everything done, but we are skipping meeting Santa Duffy, which is a long line, and meeting Life Day Chewie, which is a long line.
When you say you can get everything done in one night, this is not something you would do multiple nights during your trip.
No.
It's almost $200 a ticket.
Yeah, but you know how sometimes after like an event or after something like this, you might say, "Oh, well, we didn't get to do this, but you know, for next time,
we'll do it next year."
Next year, yeah, and you know, sometimes that happens at I guess at other events. You know what? We didn't see What's This? We were not able to see that. We missed the last showing by like 1 minute. They closed off. They closed the theater. So, and that was really though our fault. We could have seen it, but you know, just with our like hesitation and like, oh, should we go? Should we not go? And then finally we're like, oh, let's just go see it. And we couldn't get there in time. So it was really on us. But yeah, we didn't do any characters. The only character we did do was the Reedy Rangers. I wanted to get a picture with the Reedy Rangers.
Oh yeah, I saw that on our Instagram that you assembled the full Reedy Rangers squad. You got Chip and Dale and you.
Yeah, I called them ahead of time, make sure that they were going to be there for our corporate retreat, the Reedy Rangers corporate retreat. I'm sorry, for our corporate holiday party.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a bad feeling about this.
The cocktails, I did find one really good cocktail. It was an old fashioned, but most of the cocktails really aren't that great. They're expensive and they're batched. They're pre-batched. So we really weren't too excited about that.
Yeah.
But the food reminded me of festival food. Small portions, small prices, and really tasty. You know, they were very good.
What's a small price?
We got, it was a plate of Brussels sprouts, charred honey glazed Brussels sprouts, I think it was. Something was on it, caramelized maybe. But that was like $6.
Oh, okay.
And,
no, that's good.
So,
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty in line with like an Epcot booth price.
We ended up microwaving frozen pizzas.
The rides were all pretty easy to get on all throughout the night. We did not wait anything for Tower of Terror.
Wow.
We had a small wait for Rock and Roller Coaster, but not much at all. We went on Rise before the party started, and we went on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway before it started as well. But also during the party, and probably at the end of the night, we went on Slinky Dog, and that was like a no wait as well.
Wow.
And Toy Story Mania during the party. So
that's a night ride on Slinky. That's nice.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that pretty much covers everything. You know.
Yeah, we didn't do Millennium, and we didn't do Aliens Falling Saucer, but
or
beyond
Star
that,
Tours.
or Star Tours, yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. You did all the heavy hitters. You saw a lot of the exclusive stuff. I mean, that sounds like a very successful night.
Mm-hmm. My favorite thing was probably the Tip Top Club. So in front of Tower of Terror, there's just a 3-piece jazz band, right? A singer, a saxophonist, maybe a guitarist.
Usually, it would probably be a piano player or a guitar player, a singer, a drummer,
and I guess a drummer
and a bass player. Was it like a little 4-piece?
An upright bass?
Yes,
maybe?
it was an upright bass.
Upright bass, a guitar player or a piano player, a singer, and a drummer.
Yeah,
that would be like a standard, like a 4-piece band.
Yep. And then you have your singer,
right?
And then they had 2 people who were dressed in like 1930s, 1940s garb that were professional dancers that would be dancing in front of them and invite, guests to dance with them. And so that was just to get everyone, dancing. So that was pretty cool.
Like at a bar mitzvah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was very good. And the ice skaters were really good too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Ice skating? Where?
In front of the Chinese theater. I don't know how they do it. It's not ice, obviously. I think it's some type of plastic.
That's cool.
But they look like they are like it looks like they're ice skating.
It's
they're
a trackless ride.
Yeah, and I mean they're doing real things that you see when you watch the Olympics, the ice skating Olympics, like ice skating in the Olympics. They're doing all of that, and it's incredible. It also made me think of like all of these performers and musicians and actors and actresses, like for how big Orlando is, like these need to be people that they recruit from all over the country. Like if you're an actor or an actress, like isn't the dream like going out to LA, right? And then like what makes you pivot to Orlando, or I don't know. Yeah.
I would imagine it's a casting call. You get a thing and you apply for it. You do an interview. You do a test thing. You send a test reel. For the ice skaters, I would imagine they're from all over because it's such a specific skill set. It's probably the same people that do Disney on Ice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not completely versed in this, but I do know that like for like the Dapper Dans or like the in-park stuff, like those are those can be just cast members. But like when they're putting on a stage production or something like this, like it is a national casting.
They already have like a network of musicians and stuff that they can pull from too, because the cruise ships have rotating musicians. So if you're not on the boat, you might be someone that would be towards the top of the list for something like this.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, they were very good.
They stunk.
Well, they should try a little harder.
I guess that's all I got for Jollywood. It was just really good. I recommend that everyone go at least once, and I think kids would find everything just as fun as adults too.
Yeah, I mean, all the shows are family shows. It's not like they've got some edgy after dark.
There's nothing blue.
Yeah. It's not Cinemax.
Miss Piggy and Kermit, they've got a whole after-hours show.
We didn't go in our second trip. We didn't go to Hollywood Studios, so I do want to just put this in there. Something I noticed in Hollywood Studios. Have you guys seen the new Little Mermaid show?
I haven't seen it, no.
It is amazing.
I'm sure it is.
It was so good.
Wow.
And at first I was like, going into that theater and for me, like the last time I was in that theater, I was maybe like 12, and I thought it was a huge theater, and no, this is not that big of a theater. It's very small. But they really improved the performance and all the special effects are just really great. Yeah, so I would definitely recommend going and seeing that, even if you're in your 30s and you have no interest in the Little Mermaid at all.
Hollywood Studios is kind of a show's park. Like that Beauty and the Beast show is great too. The Indie Stunt Show is a classic. The Frozen, the sing-along thing is fun.
Yeah.
Like those, the two people that host the show, like they are like on top of their game. They're like improv skills and like they're really tight. Like they put on a good show.
Well, that's progress for you.
Okay, for my second trip, we ended up going back to Disney World on December 30th, and the goal of this trip was to spend New Year's Eve in Disney World. The only issue is that we didn't want to buy a park ticket because we have annual passes, but we're blacked out on New Year's Eve. the 30th, 31st, and actually January 1st as well.
Wow.
So we did 3 days without going into the parks and just kind of going around enjoying the resorts, the Christmas decorations that were still up in the resorts, and enjoying the fireworks, not from inside the parks, and challenging the crowds and trying to fight through the crowds, but enjoying them from the Polynesian. That's where we stayed. We stayed at the Polynesian in the Island Tower. This is the first use of our DVC points.
Wow.
Which was pretty cool.
That is cool. That's great.
Did you stay with the four of you stayed together?
This was such a complicated stay. The first night we did a duo studio, just Emily and I. Then the second night we did a 1-bedroom, and then the third night through January 4th, through the rest of the trip, we did a duo studio again.
I remember you saying this because it was the only way you could get the consecutive days. You had to book different accommodations.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I will say that the biggest annoying thing I've found with the Island Tower and booking is that they have too many options, and it creates too many different room types, so that it's harder to actually get the room type you want for consecutive nights. It is really annoying. In the tower, they have a duo studio, a 1-bedroom, a 2-bedroom, and a 2-bedroom penthouse. So that's 5 different types of rooms. And within those 5 different types of rooms, they have 3 different views. They have a resort view, a preferred view, and a theme park view. So that's 15 different room types, and that makes it really difficult to really put together what you want. If you want to get into the Island Tower, you need to be there at the 7th month window, or if you own, which we're going to try to do as a corporate retreat next year, right? We're going to have to get in there at the 11th month window.
What is a duo studio? Is that just a regular hotel room?
No.
It's smaller than a regular hotel room. It's like those tower studios at the Riviera. So it doesn't have a full bed. It's one of those. It's a pull down Murphy. That's the only thing in there.
And this is a DVC accommodation room.
Yes.
Sounds like a cruise. Sounds like a cruise ship room.
It is. That's basically what it is. It's just it's a couch / bed.
Jeez.
And then like your kitchenette and a bathroom.
Yeah, and I'll say the kitchenette area is actually better than some regular studios' kitchenette areas. Like we had more counter space, a bigger sink same size sink, I guess, but it just seemed bigger.
Who's that for?
Who's that for? I guess that's for. It's for Emily and I, right? It's for
Couples that are going down. If you're going by yourself or you're going in a couple and you want to stay at one of these nicer resorts that happen to be DVC, like a Riviera,
and they're cheap on points.
Right, and they're less points.
That's what I'm trying to get at. It's like you want to stay at the Island Tower, but you don't want to spend Island Tower money or points. So you just get the hostel sized room.
Sort of. Yeah.
Interesting.
And I'll tell you, we were totally fine with it. Like, I thought it was really perfect for what we usually want. Like, we're not people that usually stay in the room for very long anyway. In the morning, maybe you have your morning coffee out on the balcony. But then after that, like, you're up and at 'em. And we're usually not back until much later in the evening. And then we like to go out and go to a bar or go to a restaurant or something. So
right.
We're not really in the room too often.
I agree. I think Disney is one of those places where you're not in your room. Like, it's one of the reasons why I'm like, stay at All-Star Sports.
That's why I'm like, you don't even need DVC then. Why I get it, you know?
But it's location. It's location, and if you go, I did the math a lot of times. I consulted Andrew's best friend, ChatGPT. If you go every year and stay moderate and compare it to buying DVC on resale for the same trip, like let's say 5 nights a year every year, you come out ahead buying the DVC points.
After how many years?
Like 20? It's
like I think it's probably
halfway through.
Yeah,
it might even be less.
Be better than that. Yeah, it might be less than that.
You spend a lot more paying cash at the end. Like when you look at it, you go, okay, up until year 16, paying cash is ahead, and then it just exponential savings after that. So you're essentially like locking yourself into spending about $300 a night to stay at these $500, $600 a night hotels.
Yeah.
because you pre-gave them the money.
Yeah.
Right.
So we thought the Duo Studio was fine. My one gripe with it, and it is a pretty big gripe, the fridge in the Duo Studios is complete garbage and should not be anywhere on Disney property. It is an embarrassment. I felt insulted by this fridge. And so it's not even really a fridge. It's a beverage cooler, and it turns off every 12 hours. And they recommend that you actually don't put anything in there warm because it won't make it cold. It will only just try to keep cold things cold, which is the most ridiculous amenity to have. I just don't give me anything. Like, I'll put it outside. It was 40 degrees outside. Well, we tried to put, I mean, they're so small, you can't really put much in there, but we tried to put beer in there, right? Mm. And we went out for the day and we came back and it was, I think, warmer than when we put it in. And, and it's just, it was ridiculous. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, I guess this is just, the way it is in a Duo Studio. I guess these are relatively cheap. And I'm trying to figure out if it's actually on, because I don't trust that this thing is actually on, right? So I'm looking up like the model number. I'm trying to find the manual, and like I'm on Disney's website to see if they ever reference it, and if they might reference what it's actually called. Like I have the brand, but I don't know what in the brand it is, and I find a page that lists the amenities for refrigerator amenities in their resorts, and there's two separate categories. There's in-room fridge and beverage cooler, and then on the bottom there's like the actual refrigerator, and it's all the DVC resorts that are listed underneath there. Underneath the one that I had, and I know because under the top one it said Island Tower Duo Studio. Right. So I'm like, okay, yeah, this is the one I have, right? Is every other cash resort, the All-Stars, right? The Caribbean, but then also the Grand Floridian, the Polynesian regular, like staying for the cash there, the Boardwalk, the Yacht Club, that's not even DVC, right? So it definitely couldn't have been any crossover. I was floored that they would be charging $1,000 a night in Grand Floridian Studio, and you get that cooler. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that is insane. It also sounds like you maybe got a worse one. I feel like I
was in two different rooms though.
At All Star, I was in
two different Duo Studio rooms.
I had one of those beverage coolers at All Star, and I think it did keep things decently cold. I think we had some water bottles in there.
Yeah, but I guess the point is that it's definitely not a fridge.
But that's not.
It's not even a mini fridge. Like you can't even call it a mini fridge.
Also, like, how expensive are mini fridges when you're buying, like, how many thousand of them?
Yeah,
they're probably buying them for $30 a piece. You could buy a mini fridge when you're buying that many.
And you can't even give the the excuse of it might break, and mini fridges break quicker, because this has the same
disposable.
They're disposable, and this has the same compressor. It has a compressor just like the mini fridges have a compressor. Both of them can break, right? So I don't get why they don't give these cash rooms, deluxe, moderates, and values actual fridges. I think that's ridiculous, and I haven't noticed because I haven't been in a regular room, I guess, in a while.
Did we keep anything when we stayed at Coronado?
We did not keep anything.
We didn't even use it.
We didn't use it. We were there for such short of time.
Right. Yeah.
I guess the main problem was that I was going from a Duo Studio to a one bedroom. So then when I got to the one bedroom that next day, I had a full fridge with a freezer and everything. You know what I mean? Like the fridge I have in my house right now is what you get when you're in a one bedroom,
right,
on property, right? So, and that just added to my annoyance, right? And we had bought groceries for that one bedroom day because we had Michael and Emily come out. That's my wife Emily's brother, Michael, and his girlfriend Emily. Friends of the podcast, honorary geek Michael.
Michael, yeah.
His
voicemail made it to the bloopers episode.
Listeners, if you stuck around through that entire tirade about refrigerators, thank you. We'll be moving on.
He's just trying to make a TikTok so that he can get an official apology from the Disney company for putting the bad fridges in his Duo studio.
Honestly, that's my takeaways 1 through 5. We just went through 5 takeaways. It's all about that fridge in the Duo studios.
You need to relabel your counting.
I was so pissed. They turn off every 12 hours.
It's an expensive room. That Duo studio is probably $600, $700 a night.
Yeah. I shouldn't have to wake up and remember to turn my fridge back on. Is
my refrigerator running?
It's my refrigerator. Okay, so
I hope your trip was better than this.
it was. That was the low point of the trip. That was the low point of the trip.
Can we get a high? There's a little contrast.
Let's go. Not even just a metaphorically high. Let's actually go up high to the top of the world. All right.
Ooh,
the highest you could go.
On
top
view.
Of Earth. Yeah, a real aerial view. So we went to the top of the world for December 30th. One thing that's nice to know about Disney fireworks for New Year's Eve is it follows the same aspect or the same schedule as the July 4th fireworks, where they have them on July 3rd and July 4th. They have the New Year's Eve fireworks on December 30th and December 31st. So we were there December 30th and went to the top of the world to see the fireworks. This was a really cool experience. It is only for DVC, and you have to have bought enough points through Disney themselves. Direct points through Disney. They call it being a blue card member is like the old phrasing, because they used to give you literally a different card. But now it's just if you have access to the magical extras. That's the people that get to go up there. And you can go up there for free. You can go up there, stand on the roof, and they have a bar out there, an outdoor bar cart where you can order some drinks from and stand out there and wait for the fireworks. You don't have to have eaten somewhere beforehand, like in California Grill. Yeah. You could go outside, but you have to have eaten at California Grill some point in the day. This is anyone whose DVC that has magical extras can go and take advantage of this. Unfortunately for us, it was 30-degree weather. It was abnormally cold. Yeah, it was very cold. So we were going to do it because that was on the schedule, and we keep to a schedule. And so we were going to do it. And when we got up there, they asked if we wanted to participate in the Wicked Wind Down. And what this is,
whatever
Wicked.
It is, yes.
Yes. This is if you want to go inside the top of the world. So the top of the world is not just the rooftop, but there's a building up there. It's like a smaller room, like a restaurant almost. It looks like it has a bar.
This is the Island Tower.
So no, this is at the Contemporary.
It's Bay Lake Tower. The top of Bay Lake Tower.
Okay, gotcha.
Thank you, Sean. No, that's a great point. I don't know if I mentioned that. This is the top of Bay Lake Tower. So they offered, if we wanted to do that, it was a pretty good value. It was $55 each, and you get a reserved viewing area to watch the fireworks from on the rooftop. So you get a different area. But for that $55, you get an appetizer, an alcoholic drink, and a dessert. Each.
Okay.
Two apps, 2 desserts, 2 cocktails for $105.
110.
110. 55 a person.
I was never good at math.
And they also include gratuity and taxes, so it comes out to 63 or something like that.
And part of the because I'm thinking that's an insane price for that, but part of it is getting an exclusive or a more exclusive spot to watch the fireworks.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it really,
so that's part of the value.
That's part of the value. Yeah. And I mean, to think about what Disney can sometimes charge on a prefix menu, I don't think that this is actually that terrible. My drink alone was $25. I got a double Bland's and that counted. You know what I
But
mean?
that's
So-
more than $25. A double Blanton's has got to be like a $40 drink.
So double is in 2 ounces. So it's
Okay.
regular pour.
That's a single.
Sorry, yes. There was some confusion about that because I said like, oh, could I get a double Blanton's and would that count? And I was like, ha ha ha. And she goes, oh, a Blanton's only comes double. And I'm like, oh, all right. But I think
they're
giving
they're giving you because a shot is an ounce, so they're giving you 2 ounces in a pour.
But they don't like measure. She just like poured. I don't know.
See, the opposite. See, usually
Measure with your heart.
I was gonna say it's maybe when it's nicer, fancier guests, they're a little looser, and everywhere else in Disney they're very strict with the measuring. I always see them using the proper term is a jigger, and that's.
Thank you for saying that's the proper term because I would have called bull on that.
But
No,
yeah,
that is what those things are called. The little flip top thing.
Yeah. That's how they measure. But maybe when it's New Year's Eve or New Year's Eve, and you've got your blue card holding guests, you don't have to. You just pour with your heart.
So it was a $40,055 pour.
You know what it is
bargain.
too. I sometimes find that with DVC, they're not necessarily always trying to make a profit in the way that Disney is trying to make a profit. I kind of view it along the lines of dues, right? Like they could charge, like if Disney if Disney was allowed to make a profit off of dues, our dues would be insane. They would be so high. It would be like, that you were actually renting the rooms per night. But since like we're part owners, I think there's this idea of like you're really paying for cost, and they're not trying to make a huge profit off of those things.
They've already made a big profit
Right,
off
because they already made
right.
their huge profit by
They're gonna
you
give you
giving
your
them
Blanton's.
$40,000 up front.
Right.
That they're then able to make more money having that cash in hand. It's why you take the lump sum when you win the $1 billion lottery.
Yeah, exactly. That's why when they have those things called Moonlight Magic, where DVC members get to go into the parks at night, DVC, the company, needs to pay Disney for that. But I don't think Disney is paying what, like, say if General Electric wanted to rent out Epcot for the night, they're going to pay an incredible amount, right? But they're not going to charge DVC for that. So that's where I think that sometimes when you're buying things in these magical extras that are coming from DVC, they tend to be a little bit cheaper or a better value.
It's fair.
So you got a Blanton's with your appetizer and your dessert. That's actually really. I think that's good. I feel like you made out. Like a drink in Disney is like $20, like a mixed drink, like a good mixed drink is $20. So if your old fashioned's 20, getting Blanton's, maybe that 20 is really more like 25 or even 30.
Yeah.
Like I think that is a good value. I think you did well.
And we're inside, not outside when the
Climate
temperature
controlled. I mean, it's usually instead of it being 95 degrees out, or in your case 30 degrees out, you're in a climate controlled room.
Yeah.
That's huge.
So that was really cool. If you're DVC and you haven't experienced the Top of the World, you definitely should get to it. I did hear we did hear a rumor that they are changing the theme of the Top of the World. Right now it's villains themed. It's called like the Villains Lair. It's supposed to be like where they live and everything. They took it over. The villains took it over, but that hasn't really seemed to be tracking with a lot of people. Apparently, not many people really care about that too much. Plus, they didn't really do anything inside. There's like one screen that just plays different portraits of the villains, and like that's about it. Like it's nothing. There's nothing villainy about it.
So it's not like the Haunted Mansion bar on the Disney Destiny. That
not
we've
even
seen all the
close.
footage of.
No.
That looks
it
awesome.
really it does look like it could be. This bar could be anywhere.
Right.
If you take away the aerial view that you see out the windows, the inside of it is really just could be a hotel bar. Any hotel bar.
Well, it is a hotel bar. So,
Yeah.
Calm down, Rover. I was only kidding.
The fireworks, though, and it's also very cool to see the fireworks from up there, a different perspective. Seeing the New Year's Eve fireworks from up there was very cool.
yeah.
The next day, we saw the New Year's Eve fireworks from the beach in front of the island tower, and that was amazing. That was really good. Yeah.
Wow.
We were struggling all night with like, where are we going to watch the fireworks? We thought we were going to watch them from the terrace gardens. Those are those big open-aired garden areas on the island tower. But people had gotten there before us, and so we ended up going to, Trader Sam's, my favorite bar, right?
That's right.
We ended up going to Trader Sam's in the meantime. But so we just walked right when the fireworks were starting. We just walked right up to the beach, and we had a perfect view. I actually think that the Island Tower Beach is a better viewing area to watch fireworks than from the Poly proper beach, like the regular beach at the Polynesian.
Yeah.
You have that island in front of you at the Poly, and you don't have that at the Island Tower.
Yeah, there's a bit of an obstruction depending where you are standing on the regular Polynesian beach. Plus, depending on the crowd and where you're standing, you could have the bungalows directly in front of you. Because one of the times I was there last summer, I watched the fireworks from the Poly Beach, and it's really crowded. And this was in June. I can't imagine, literally New Year's Eve.
Also, I wonder if makes more of a difference. Like, it is a little closer, right?
Yeah.
Maybe like 100 feet.
Yeah, that could. It absolutely could. That for that particular viewing, they had the 360 fireworks, and that was awesome. Seeing the 360 fireworks from outside the park was really cool. It just looked like fireworks were coming from everywhere.
So this is different than, this wasn't like Happily Ever After fireworks.
No.
This is special just for New Year's.
And the midnight on New Year's Eve was a different fireworks show than the fireworks on the 30th.
Really?
Just because of the 360. That was the only thing that was different. The show itself, I guess, is the same. Fantasy in the Sky. It's the original fireworks show from the 80s, from the 70s, before Wishes. So that's kind of cool. You're seeing that. But it's at the end, they do something special for the new year, a countdown, and then of course Goofy starts counting down too early, and then so he does his Goofy thing, and then once they get to 0, they sing the classic New Year's Eve song,
Old Lang Syne.
Old Lang Syne.
Old Lang Syne. Thank you.
Now, I heard that the fireworks do the countdown like they are shaped like 10, 9, 8 and counts down. Were you able to see that from the Polynesian?
You were.
Wow.
I mean, you could tell that that's what they were trying to do. Maybe from inside the park it might look better, but they were like sideways. Like they didn't look perfect, but yeah, you could tell. You could tell that, like, that's cool. that's an 8. Oh, that's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Yeah, so I would definitely watch anything from in front of the Island Tower, I think, before I watch anything from the Polynesian. And Sean, you nailed it on those two. It was just so crowded over by the Polynesian, and the Island Tower had like no one in front of it. It was really great. They had a DJ at the Polynesian. That might have been it too, of a big draw.
Oh, yeah.
And they had a crowded off section for clubhouse people, for people that had club level.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that was interesting.
Those little perks keep
little
adding
perks.
up.
Does the monorail go to the Island Tower?
It does not.
Right?
No.
So you got to think, if you're traveling to the Polynesian, you get to the Polynesian, you find where the party is, and you stop right there. Not a lot of people are continuing to the Island Tower, especially if you have kids that time of night. It's a longer walk, so it seems like it could be a better place to.
What's interesting too is on the 30th and the 31st, in your room you had wristbands, and so only people who are staying at the Poly could watch. I was like after 8 p.m. or something like that, you weren't allowed to be at the Polynesian unless you were staying there.
Okay,
so interesting.
Even if you
had
were at
like
the
a reservation at Ohana or something.
Yep. Then you have to leave right after your reservation.
They'll kick you out. Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
That there's that much crowds.
Yeah. Yeah. We ran into one person too that told me that they're going to start doing that on regular days, but I can't see that being necessary on regular days. That would just be too much of a hassle for them, and too much bad image, for just a regular happily ever after.
So much of what makes Disney World so good is that you can kind of bop around the different resorts and check them out.
Yeah.
Like, and it gives excitement. It's like, oh, the next time I go, I want to stay here. Like Sam does that. We'll go visit a resort and she'll be like, oh, I'd really like to stay here one time. Or she'll be like, I don't really have to stay here. Like going for this was enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Eliminating free form resort hopping, especially for the deluxe resorts, would be so bad.
Be terrible.
Yeah.
That's what gets people to want to stay at the deluxe resorts too. I feel like is that they go there and it ends up being like a bucket list item. And
exactly.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to finish this out with of fireworks. Not my takeaways, but just of the fireworks takeaways. Oh
God.
Yeah, sorry. The Terrace Gardens. We did end up seeing Happily Ever After from the Terrace Gardens on a different night, and it was amazing. It's really a great viewing area. So again, these are large open-aired rooms on the island tower. They're like 2-story rooms.
So like a large balcony. They turned these spaces into large balconies.
Right. And one of them has a very good view of the castle. And so we watched from there. And I think watching Happily Ever After from that vantage point of not seeing the castle, but seeing it dead on, really changed like my perspective of the show. You really focus on the fireworks more, and I could see how purposely each firework was selected, and like it was really just a different type of experience. And I've seen Happily Ever After from top of the world on top of Bailey Tower before, and it was not the same. This was different. This was like, it was really nice. I've also seen Happily Ever After from Ohana's, and that I didn't even think was really the same. I think that is too far back. There's a combination here of height, being able to see it dead on to how of what you're supposed to be seeing, and then also being a little bit closer. That just really was, I think, like perfect sauce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How? That's proprietary.
Okay, so for the rest of the trip, like I said earlier, we only went into the parks 2 days. And I want to say, when you do go into the parks, unless you want to go into battle, a holiday trip at Disney World really should focus on the vibes and experiences over the rides. We really didn't do too many rides. On our Magic Kingdom day, we did Tron as our big ride, and that was our rope drop. But then after that, it was like hour waits for Pirates. Like it was ridiculously crowded. So, we did People Mover, which was still like a 15-minute wait. And then we did Carousel and, Mickey's PhilharMagic. We did all of the shows and really just appreciated the park in holiday season. But I feel like if this is your trip to get on the rides during this week in particular, the week of New Year's Eve, between Christmas and the end of New Year's Eve, and I'm counting even up to the 4th because, with New Year's Eve as a Wednesday and everyone's off on Thursday, New Year's Day, everyone's taking off on Friday as well.
And a lot of the schools were still out.
Exactly. So really, the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is just an extension of New Year's Day. And so if you want to go on all the rides, you have to get into full battle mode. You have to get those lightning lanes. You have to be ready to rope drop early, to race from thing to thing, because it was way more crowded than I was preparing for.
Yeah, I was thinking about that when you were posting, and I was looking like I was legitimately real world thinking about, you guys go several times a year.
Yeah.
So it's a little easier of a pill to swallow when you have a trip where you just really don't get on a lot of stuff. But like if this is your one trip, you go on a trip every 2 years, maybe it's all of a sudden it sounds way less appealing to be going during this week because, what are you really doing? The more you think about it, the less appealing it sounds, but, we can certainly...
we got to try it once because we're not going
to have those conversations.
But again, we're not going to be there for the rides. We're going to be there for the vibes, right? And I think that's how you got to do it if you're going to do the parks these days.
Yeah, I'd imagine we would rope drop Living with the Land and buy the Lightning Lane for Guardians and then not even look at a ride at all.
Yep.
So I have a question for you. Do you think going to Disney World is worth going during that time of year, even though you're not going to be even though you weren't in the parks?
Oh, yeah. Like I said, we spent 3 days not in the parks. I mean, you would think to yourself, well, what did you do for that 3 days? We went resort hopping. We saw all of the trees, all of the gingerbreads. We went to Hoop-de-Doo Review, which was amazing. It was our first time there, and we loved it.
Ooh, that's a good time.
Yeah. We walked around the campgrounds. We took the transportation. We went to a couple bars. We're starting to recognize bartenders now. So I don't know what that says about us, but
it's nothing good. But
don't think about it too much.
Boys, watch your manners.
Yeah, if you can't say something nice.
Boys.
I was able to try out Trader Sam's virtual walk-up list now, and that was very good.
Was it any better, like return time-wise?
No, it was still 2 hours, a 2 hour wait, and it was the actual 2 hours that they told me. But we can do it now from the comfort of your room, so that was nice. We were in the Island Tower on floor 5, and we were still able to join, so that was good.
Oh, that's great. So that's a big perk to staying at the Polynesian, these extended hours and this mobile check-in. You can really it's easier to fit it into your day and your schedule. It's a big advantage.
Yeah, and it kind of makes it a little low risk too. Like it doesn't take much effort to join it. So then then all of a sudden when you get it and it's 2 hours later, and you can be, oh, nice, that's great. Okay, so my last takeaway. Oh, this is going to kill me to say it, but it's going to kill Sean even more. The Grand Floridian is objectively a better hotel than the Polynesian.
I don't even think the Polynesian's that nice. I don't think I would ever spend the money to stay there.
Okay. Well,
have you seen the regular rooms in the Polynesian?
They're just rooms.
They're just you could do the same room at Port Orleans.
Yeah.
I think the bathroom's a little nicer at the Polynesian.
I think you get bamboozled staying at the Polynesian.
You get 2 bathrooms at the Polynesian in a studio,
but no refrigerator.
Right.
2 bathrooms in a studio?
Oh, well, okay, I'm sorry.
No, in your one bedroom, you got 2 bathrooms.
In a DVC studio in the longhouses, there's 2 bathrooms. One of them is 2 showers and not 2 toilets, or there's 2 toilets and not 2 showers. One of that is the case. I think it's that there's 2 showers, not 2 toilets.
Oh.
But there's 2 bathroom areas. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Grand Floridian. And we spent a good amount of time there. We went to Narcoossee's for the first time. That was wonderful. That was a really good bar.
Citricos is great too.
Citricos.
Again, like we said in the pool episode, I'm afraid to stay at the Grand Floridian because I know that I'm going to like it the best.
Yeah. And I'm a big fan of this new lobby bar that they put into the Grand Floridian.
It's beautiful.
You're a fan of a bar. Let me print that. let me. Are we breaking news here?
Well, the reason though is because I think that it really brought the lobby to life. And I know the Grand Floridian lobby has always been like active, but now like there's always people in there talking and having a good. I don't know. It just seems like it made it more approachable too. Like it's not something like I feel like I need to go in there and get out quick. You know what I mean? And that's how I used to feel with the Grand Floridian lobby.
It felt a little like grandma's house where like a fancy grandma's house where you can't touch the thing. You don't sit in that chair. That's for that's for the fancy guests. Like, you can't hang out in this room. This other room is where the degenerates can hang out at.
Right. Exactly. The Perch was a great bar.
That's what it's called? Perch Bar? Whatever.
Yeah. Yep. And so you have, they have more restaurants. They have more elevated dining experiences. And not even counting Victoria and Albert's, because like you can't count that when you're, counting. That's like separate onto its own, right?
It's a class on itself, right? Like
yeah. But just like having Citricos, having Narcoozy, having the Grand Californian Cafe, right? Or the California Cafe.
Park Fair,
Flirting.
1901 Park Fair is there too, which is the character buffet.
Grand Floridian Cafe.
Yes, Grand Floridian Cafe.
Probably just needs to do better with its. I know we're saying Ohana's back. Yeah, Ohana's great. Okay, Kona Cafe. That's nothing to write home about. Like
Waialulu is actually probably the best restaurant there.
Yeah, and that's kind of saying something. You know what I mean? Like it's very limited offerings. It's not like but that's right now that's the best restaurant. So. That was those are my takeaways from our most recent trip.
I'm glad you had a good time. You certainly weren't short for words.
Oh, wait. We went to Beacon Barrel.
How was Beacon Barrel?
Beacon Barrel was okay.
Was it? Oh, wait, hold on. So you did both on the same trip.
Yes.
Trader Sam's versus Beacon Barrel.
Oh, Trader Sam's is on another level. Yeah. Like, I'm not even the biggest Trader Sam's fan, but like Beacon Barrel, nothing really happened because of like the drinks you ordered or anything like that.
Yeah.
They did have specialty cocktails, but like they didn't do anything or anything like that. Every like maybe 12 minutes, there's like a little show that happens.
So it's like a rainforest cafe
kind of. Yeah, and it's a different thing every time, right?
Yeah.
And I guess it's on like a 45-minute loop because they are strict about 45 minutes and you have to be out. Like they come around with their iPads and they're like, sir, you were here for, like, okay. We even like we're about to go into our reservation and Emily said, yeah, I'm going to go to the bathroom. And he's like, oh, wait, why don't you go to the bathroom now? And then when you come back, I'll seat you because then your 45 minutes is going to like they're that serious about it.
Wow.
Two drink maximum. You can't have more than 2 drinks. And, so if you are not in the main room, there's like 3 different rooms, a smaller room, a long room off to the side, and then the main room. The main room, which you've probably seen in pictures, it has the huge anchor as a chandelier. That's the one with the parrot.
Yeah,
that's like that. That's the main room. That's the good room to be in. That's like the only room that's worth it. If you're not in that room, you really don't see what's going on. You're just in a very themed bar, and it's well themed. It looks great in there, and the drinks were okay. They're not as strong as when they first started, I think. But beyond that, yeah, they were okay. It's an experience, maybe every once in a while.
Okay, so you're not looking to get reservations to go back anytime soon?
No, I am not.
That's how you keep Magic Kingdom dry.
That's true.
Subpar, hyper-timed experiences. Guys, instead of a little game, I think we should just kind of switch gears and talk about something else that we did over the break.
Okay, what's that? What else did we do over the break?
We all took a little trip to an exotic land called Pandora to enjoy Avatar 3, Fire and Ash.
We did.
Some of us twice. And by the time this airs, maybe a 3rd time.
Oh, when are you going?
I don't know. It's something that I probably will do if like I know I have like a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
That I can because I've seen it twice at night and it's long. Like you go in at 6:30 and you come out of the theater and it's like almost 11 o'clock. It's like, what the hell happened here?
Is it too long?
No, I don't think so. I really don't. I think I've seen a couple movies. I've seen a couple movies. What did I just see? Marty Supreme. Marty Supreme was so good. Like 45 minutes too long. This thing, it's pushing 3 hours, and it doesn't need to. There were a couple times when I was like looking at my phone, like, how long have I been in this theater? So no, I mean, Avatar, no spoilers for people that haven't seen it, but like, I think the first time I looked at my phone to see like how long it's been, it was the whole sequence where like they're breaking him out of the city and like rescuing him. That's already 2 hours in, and I was like, wow, this is literally flying by.
It flies. The movie is really well paced for a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
It's kind of like The Departed, where it's a long movie, but it's really well paced.
It never stops. It never breaks. It never breaks the momentum. Even when there's no action, there's always really good story. I don't know if it's just Avatar, but like some of the worst written dialogue in a movie, just some of like the corniest dialogue, but like the way it's given and presented and acted is really well done. Also a hilarious choice to have like the on-screen subtitles for like the whales be like papyrus.
Yeah, just like the same font that the logo is.
Yeah. Like, that James Cameron picked that deliberately for whatever reason, because he's an absolute maniac, but...
Okay, so...
It's just papyrus?
So speaking of Piacon, which I'm a huge Piacon fan, like, when you're watching these movies, who are your favorite characters? Because, like, I know I'm supposed to be, like... watching this being like, Jake Sully is the hero, he's the best, but like, I don't. Like, no. I'm watching that and I like the kids, I like Piacon, but like Jake Sully and Neytiri, I'm like, I could take or leave them. Like, you could kill him. Like,
I think Jake, though, is supposed to really be a complicated.
Absolutely,
and flawed, very flawed.
Oh, right.
As a father figure too, he doesn't really blend the being a soldier and military leader with being a father very well.
I had that conversation with a coworker. It's like it's kind of a weird, and like not to get like too deep or anything, but like. People that have military parents, like it's a very strict kind of weird upbringing where like sometimes you get treated a little harsher and like you're expected to be this like much stronger kid than you are. And I think that comes across a lot in the way that he very kind of unfairly deals with his son in this movie. And also I thought the scene with him and Neytiri talking about how like he's human. How does she feel about him? And the children. I thought that was really, really powerful. But I love Spider. I think Spider's great.
Oh, he's the best. Spider is awesome. Yeah.
Piacon, of course, and I really like what's his name? He's a bad guy.
The general?
Miles?
He's in everything. The human guy. He's in everything. He's
the
like
whale hunter guy?
No, but that's what's his name from Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah.
What's the actor's name? Giovanni Ribisi.
Oh, Frank Jr. from Friends.
Yeah. I like his character because he's like a crappy rich tech guy who's just like kind of in charge but has no real authority.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Carmela Soprano, General.
Oh
Carmela
Soprano. It's like that I did find very humorous, just thinking about it being Carmela Soprano the whole time.
Yeah.
I was thinking, where do I know this woman from? Yeah. That's so funny. Okay, so JJ, what are we gonna do with Avatar?
So I have a couple non-spoiler takeaways. So first, I don't want any like in-depth Pandora cinematic universe. I just want the movies. Like, I don't want TV shows and side things. Like, just give me 4 to 6 movies and just let it be that. Like, however many Jim wants to make, I trust JC. But like, I don't want it. I just want it to be like just follow the vision of the story that they're trying to tell.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I was thinking about what to say about this. And I was like, this is a unique kind of situation because Disney just kind of swooped in and picked up Avatar. Like, Avatar is not an inherent Disney IP.
Right.
So, like, when we were talking about, like, potential, and, like, we can get there, but, like, the potential idea to expand world of Avatar, expand Pandora at Animal Kingdom, it's an interesting thought because it's like, are Avatar fans, are they Disney fans? You know,
well, are Star Wars fans Disney fans? I think
they are now,
right.
because but that kind of goes to what you're saying. Like, I don't want there to be, I don't want shows, I don't want animated Avatar shows, I don't want, you know, expanded lore the way they're doing with Star Wars. Like, I would like these movies to stay contained in the universe that he's planning it to be, and when it's done, it's done. It's never coming back again. So I think it's expanding the land in Animal Kingdom. Would they think it's a good investment? Because are you targeting Disney fans with that, or are you only targeting people that like the Avatar franchise that may not be Disney fans?
I think the Avatar land did a lot of goodwill for the movie becoming a franchise. Like, I think without Pandora, I don't know if I ever watch Way of Water. I don't know if I saw the first movie, it was fine. Yeah. But man, that second movie is so much better. The third movie is just as good as the second. But I mean, that is an interesting thing, and like, maybe let's just jump right into that. Like, I know, like, they should add to that land because, look, there's only so many lands at Animal Kingdom, and each one of those lands needs more stuff and more rides. Especially if maybe you envision a day in which maybe the back part of Animal Kingdom actually has the animals and the front part can stay open longer and doesn't have real animals. Right? Yeah. Like
that's interesting.
Maybe Africa and Asia close early because of the animals, but you can keep Pandora and this new Central America open longer.
Yeah.
And if you're taking away rides like Everest and that, like, you're going to need even more rides up front. So I think it's a no-brainer to expand Pandora more.
Yeah, and I think that the first Pandora kind of tells us that it would be successful even without an MCU type of development. And it's not like the Pandora land in Animal Kingdom expanded on the movie at all. All it did, and it was very successful, even with I'm in the same boat, JJ, where I didn't really like Avatar to begin with. Like, I saw it and I was like, that was a cool spectacle, but like, I'm not looking to get more. Like, I didn't need more. And then with Pandora Land opening, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. So I think that they could bring over that world and expand, what they have, and not have to expand the story. Like, they don't have to go deeper into a lore or anything like that, because I don't think the lands drive Disney Plus. I think the content brings people to the land, right?
Yeah. Also, this is like the Pandora that we have is actually post all of these movies. Like,
I was gonna say, yeah,
in the universe, we're there way after all this stuff happened.
Is that real? Is that right?
So this is after the wars, after all this, and like, we're now in a position where there's, I guess, some coexistence where we can visit Pandora and experience some of their stuff.
Interesting.
So one of the things that I want to see in a possible expansion would be like a dinner and a show kind of sit down restaurant. Like, I don't know, like Jim Cameron needs to invent some sort of Avatar holiday, like some sort of like celebration or a feast or something, so that like this restaurant idea can work. And I trust him he can do all the logistics of that. Like, maybe it's like the day that war ended, like that, that like we signed some peace agreement, and it's kind of like a Na'vi Thanksgiving situation or Na'vi Christmas.
That's a good idea.
Like something like that where you're just like, oh, okay. And like it would be cool if there was like almost like a luau kind of element to it where there's like a little bit of a show. Like, you know, you get some like, you know, animatronic avatar routine. That'd be
After watching the following two movies that expand that planet, that environment, is that the land itself feels so small. Like knowing how far of a reach we've gone in the movies, these past two movies, that one area with the floating islands, it feels so small and so incomplete. So like how can you incorporate, you know, the island tribes or the island villages? How can you build that out and have that be, that feels like it's an organic transition?
It needs to incorporate that water village because it's so crucial. Those people, the what is it, the Matkaina? You need that village. And I also like in the movies and stuff, like all their little pathways that are over the water look a little bouncy. Like I can kind of like visualize like a little kid play area that has these like little bouncier surfaces and stuff for people to like run around on, like, and have it look like you're part of that water village. Like it needs to expand to see that, because like if this is only 4 movies, you're talking about half the movie takes place
there. Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Half of the movies are taking place right there.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about though? Because I didn't really know that this was supposed to take place. That land was supposed to take place like so long after all the wars. Because like what we have in Avatar or in Pandora right now is like travel brochure type of, you know, what you'd almost find in Epcot. For the countries.
It's very much like Soarin'.
Yes, it's very much like Soarin', and it's very much like, you know, the Grand Fiesta Tour. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's not really, and the original Grand Fiesta Tour, not the one with Donald, but like, there's not really a story that's going on. It's just like, hey, here's Pandora, right?
Yeah.
So what would be a continuation that maybe could be more storytelling? I don't know,
without breaking that continuity.
Yeah,
I'm sure you could tech your way, time machine it or whatever. You know, it's such advanced technology that maybe it's a time machine situation and it sends you back, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
But I agree. I'd love to see some action, like be in the action of these water battles. Like we spoke about this in one of our Mouse Kings things where we're talking about, we heard a rumor that there was going to be an expansion to Adventureland and that Moana ride. And we were like, oh, that would be a nice use of that Shanghai Pirates type of boat attraction.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Like these two movies, Avatar 2 and 3, would make a much better, more action forward version of like the Walt Disney World version of the Shanghai Pirates to do in Avatar.
Yeah. It would be really cool.
It would be so cool. That would be incredible.
Yeah.
And then you get Payakan to jump over us, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That would be sick.
I want a real animatronic. I want it to jump.
Well, they have the Spider-Man that can do that.
That's right. So now let's advance that up to be
a whale.
A giant
100
whale.
times the size. Biocon's like a blue whale.
Yeah, I mean, listen, a Rise of the Resistance dark ride type of attraction, I think would do really well in Pandora.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, that would be super cool. Or maybe Tron, but you're like you're in a motorcycle, but you're on a Banshee.
Banshees again?
You're on a
You're
Banshee.
gonna double up on a Banshee.
And flying through, and you stop every once in a while to see something, and then you go again or something like that.
I mean, that would be really cool. And I guess you could always You could always change the flight of passage.
Yeah, and I have to imagine that they do that. It's such an easy. I don't want to say it's easy, but like it's an easy overlay to a ride, to keep it like the way they're doing with Star Tours and
Right.
Smuggler's Run. Are you going to be? Is that live yet? The Mando Grogu Smuggler's Run.
That's May.
And is it true you'll be able to choose yourself which adventure you want to go on?
Yes, that's supposedly the engineer's job is to pick which storyline to go through.
That's cool.
Yeah. Maybe you're not on a Banshee. Maybe you are underwater hanging on to one of those fishes.
Ooh, see? Now you're talking.
Yeah. And like because you're not an avatar, they have to give you some special like, pixie dust over your head so you can breathe underwater or something.
Or like a literal mask like Spider has to
Kiri
wear.
has to Kiri has to like bless you or something.
Yeah. Maybe they can make us grow those, things.
Oh, the neural link things.
The neural links. If they could make me grow anything up here, I'd appreciate it.
Oof.
Anything additional. That's probably all I have about any ideas.
The only thing, like, again, like, everyone talks about that Na'vi river journey is a little boring. Like, you could add some Na'vi, like, into that ride, like, use a little forced perspective and make them smaller so that you still get the big shaman at the end, where that's still the biggest, like, selling point. But it would be fun to see, like, little Na'vi playing where, like, the same way that, like, we watch, like, the kids play with like Spider in like the beginning of the second movie, where you see like, oh, Kiri and the boys and all that, they're all like just having a good time in the forest, and you can maybe see a little bit of that, or see, in that journey.
Yeah, and you had talked about on a previous episode, our Fix Animal Kingdom episode, that you wanted to expand that in general. Like, expand the track.
Yeah, because more track length is more boats, because you just
fill
it up with boats.
You can get right. It's a problem. It solves a problem of the long queue and of the ride itself. Make it just a little better.
Yeah, and maybe they can incorporate the meal with the boats going by. See a little.
That would be fun. Where you're the sit down restaurant is like a Blue Bayou situation.
Yeah.
Blue Bayou or like in Epcot in Mexico.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Like that.
I love that. Then you don't need it to be a luau because you could just watch the boats go by.
Yeah. No, luau though would be cool.
It would be cool.
That would be a great idea.
But
having
it be part of an expansion of the river journey, where you're just like, I'm just increasing capacity for the price of however long it is to like make a trough.
Hoop-de-doo review, but it's all Na'vi.
That would be funny. And they're like, we heard about this. Like they actually put on the Hoop-de-doo review.
Right. The whole script is completely the same.
Beat for beat, the same show.
That is Hoop-de-doo review was something from that the fact that it's from the 70s. And
I was gonna say I mean, I'm sure it's changed a little bit over time, but like not much. Like you're seeing a very original thing that's been going on for 50 years.
Yeah, you could tell like there's a couple jokes that have been put in recently, or at least since like there's a joke about food and wine. And
I'm sure this has been more removed than added.
I think Hoop-de-doo should be part of the ReedyGeek corporate retreat itinerary.
It certainly could. It could be. It's something that it's not something I would even consider doing every time. But like every couple times, it's fun.
I haven't done it as an adult.
And
I've only ever done it as a child.
Well, yeah. So I did it. I've done it once as an adult, but I was with one other person. Like doing it with a group, I think is a lot more fun because you're probably on the floor. Probably
you get a full table on the floor. That's got to be so much fun.
Yeah. And they would. I feel like they would play with us. they would
Fingers
come and
crossed.
interact with us. Yeah. Even if it's not.
Well, there is that policy at Disney that you can celebrate, I think, like 180 days before your birthday and 180 days after your birthday.
Yep. Greatest policy ever.
Well, today is all of our birthdays. We're triplets.
Don't we look like it?
So what happens in 2 weeks when Josh D'Amaro announces all of this before the episode releases?
You have to do another.
Get my notes app ready to write a script real quick.
Yep. You know, your idea and vision of the water village for Avatar, right, is playing out in Disneyland.
It might just literally be just add the stuff in Disneyland and add it to our Pandora and make ours a big Pandora.
Oh, they're doing Avatar in Disneyland now?
Yeah, where the Monsters, Inc. ride is in California Adventure is looking like that's the spot where they're going to turn that into their Pandora. And their Pandora it looks like the Water Village.
Cool.
Yeah. So, hey, maybe if that works there, then they just bring it over to ours.
Just port it over.
Yeah, and add it. What about a ride with the traders going from village to village? And it could be that you get attacked and you have to fight them off a bit or something. I don't know.
Or maybe because in that timeline, maybe the fire people are still have a little bit of that,
a bit of a nuisance,
a bad guy. That's like kind of a thing. Like even if there is quote unquote peace.
Yeah, there could be Na'vi pirates. Why not?
Right.
You think I really get it? Because you have a wonderful imagination.
All right, Sean, want to take us out?
Sure. Thanks for listening to another episode of the ReedyGeeks podcast. Like, rate, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Any questions, comments, concerns, future titles, or topics, email us at reedygeeks@gmail.com and check us out on our socials at ReedyGeeks. We'll see you next time. Oh, also, I was gonna cut in, but he was kind of on a little bit of a roll. There's a point in one of his takeaways where he says "up and at 'em," and I'm gonna need you to find an "up and at them" drop to put
from
in there.
Radioactive Man, the movie.
Yeah.
Up and at them.
Up and at them.
He has no idea what we're talking about.
I have no idea.
They don't talk about that on Ron on the Go.
This week's Honest Send-Off comes courtesy of the Geeks. If you have an honest send-off that you want played at the end of one of our episodes, please submit an audio clip to us via our email address, reedygeeks@gmail.com. ReedyGeeks, a Walt Disney World podcast, is hosted and executive produced by Andrew Shopey, Sean Murphy, and JJ Hefner. Music and audio engineering by JJ Hefner.
Bon voyage.